Welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have questions or comments, we have multiple ways to be reached. Twitter is, of course, the best way for those who need instant gratification. The show's Twitter feed is @SkimPod, SKIMPOD.
Stays Crunchy.
If you want to hear yourself on the show, why not leave us a voicemail at 216-302-8763. That's 216-302-8POD.
Stays
For the
Crunchy.
more patient amongst you, the email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Crunchy again being spelled with a K. We're available via Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, Google Play, Spotify, and of course at the website stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show wherever you can.
Stays Crunchy.
And if the pockets is feeling extra chunky, you can put in on this and support our Patreon. It's available at patreon.com/stayscrunchyandmilk. And if you donate at the $5 or higher level, you get an entire extra show each month with even more content coming soon.
Stays Crunchy.
Our personal Twitters are Tatum216, Lunchbox2099, The Real ODP, and I'm your host, the Internet's Tayrail713. Oh! Welcome back to it. Stays Crunchy Milk. It's episode 325.
He needs a car.
For whatever reason, I keep saying 2 something lately. And I'm like, why is my brain just not going to let that cook? But
Living in the past.
you know what it is?
Gotta come to the future.
I should have had him throw some feta on this here salad I got because I like the salty nature of it. And it goes good with the spinach, the spinach.
I feel like they need to switch to salad bowls instead of.
Yeah, the plate
Plates.
thing is
It's a lot to experience. Or just like a cup style plate, a salad style plate, if you will. You know?
I've gotten the same salad so many times now
Yeah.
that I've come to realize that there's like a formula to it because I'm always picking off exactly two cucumbers and 2
You good?
pieces of tomato.
Is everything?
I have a sandwich coming.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah, I'm always picking off 2 cucumbers and 2 pieces of tomato. Like there's never more, there's never less.
Just a couple hanging out.
Yeah. Which I guess like I don't feel as bad then about like picking them off. Because I mean, yes, it's wasteful, but like it seems it's less involved to just pick them off than tell the person at the counter like, don't put any cucumber or tomato in my salad because it's gonna end up in there anyway.
Yeah. Well, I always gotta say, no bacon, no red onion. Because it ain't just a little bit of either. So I've just accepted. It takes a little tweaking here. Oh yeah, we back at Susie's Soup, comfy confines of 230 Huron Road East, inside the Tower City Center complex. Doing the goddamn thing. That's how we do. Oh my goodness, I am tired. It's like fall tired. I can tell I'm tired just because it's dark out. I'm being dragged down. Plus we get our hour back this weekend, so I think maybe my body recognizes facts. It's like it's almost time, baby.
I thought it was next.
No, it's this weekend.
It is.
Yep.
Yeah. Saturday,
This weekend
It's
is
the
the
first
third?
Sunday of the month.
Saturday you fall back.
I can't believe it's the third already.
Autumn in reverse. Gotcha. Got it.
Thank you.
Yep.
Enjoy.
Thanks. Yeah. So
What's the tripod?
a whole lot of things. I'll tell you after we get done.
Finally, they got the. She has the brass boobs to ass.
For any long time, we've been recording this bitch for like
What, 4 months?
since
Almost?
the summer, right?
Yeah, it's been a bit since the demise of 200 Public Square.
She finally asked.
What's the tripod about?
Finally, the curiosity peaked.
But we didn't we go back once recently?
We did.
though?
We went back. Not to say recently is too much. Probably maybe 5 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
So
And it was just as bad as I remembered. And circumstances having changed lately, I have no desire to go there anymore. I only have to go to the building and pay my car note. In a couple more months, I won't even have to do that anymore.
oh yeah, that's a new danger. I forgot that exists.
Yep.
Well, all to the good.
I heard about that from 2 sources.
What's the new danger? Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot about that shit.
Yeah, I mean, because it does nothing to us. It doesn't affect
Yeah.
you and I. It affects him. So
And even now, like, it is what it is.
yeah.
It's more of a if I don't have to. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I have no idea what to talk about this week. I'm tired.
I shaved my back.
Did you buy the thing?
Oh, I bought that months ago. I just
Okay.
finally got the nerve to use it.
How do you feel? How did that feel? I
The
guess?
nerves? Do you feel
Oh,
like
it was a nerve because like it's a scary thing. One to like take a blade to your body that like
That you can't see, no matter
Well,
what.
I had to stand in front of like my vanity mirror in my bedroom just so I could see my back and get a kind of an idea of what I was doing. So yeah, like taking a razor blade and just kind of willy nilly in your back like that is scary. Even though like they say it's safe, people still get nicked and cut off that shit.
Yeah.
So like there was some nerve there. Two, like when you cut hair, like it grows back coarser. So it's like you know I had to be willing to like let that baby soft fuzz back there go, and then you know just the worry of like am I gonna fuck this up, and then like where's the line? Because I'm like even now I'm like maybe I should just have done my arms too, not like my forearms or whatever, but like it kind of like because like it doesn't just stop in my back. It like careened up the back of my arms and then it like wraps over to my chest. Like I'm fine with all the front hair, but it's like now I've got like this weird line on my like shoulders where like I stopped. So I'm like I don't know where to put that line, you know.
Probably like here, right? Though, if you had to go,
Well,
go
like I'm
across.
saying, like it's like back on the back's like my triceps.
Yeah.
So it's like, do I take the blade and then just like do my triceps too, and then like kind of like some of my bicep? Because like I'm obviously like I'm gonna stop like on the chest, like by where like my chest and shoulder meet.
Okay.
But like I've still got it like on my like I said my bicep and tricep, which kind of looks weird. Like my forearms, yeah, like everyone has hair on their forearms. But now it's got like it's almost like a weird tan line of sorts.
How'd it feel?
Actually, it felt fine. Like I barely like it came off super easy.
Okay.
Like I just
Because like you said, it's baby fine. You know what I'm saying?
like I know I have like a little bit of like a stubble back there. Like I can feel that like
Yeah.
when I touch it with my hands. But like it hasn't been super itchy or nothing. And it only took a couple minutes. Like I did it during halftime of the Sunday Night Football.
it's halftime?
Well, yeah, because like I usually when I'm watching football, like when it's halftime, I'll use
when
that for
you do-
bathroom breaks, or I'll go like take the trash out or whatever. Like I've kind of have like a Sunday night routine now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I had done mostly everything when I had my mental breakdown a couple days earlier. So I had like some spare time, and
And you just said, fuck it, let's do
well,
this.
part of it too is I went to go pack because I'm leaving tomorrow to go to Orlando. And so like I usually try and do my packing a couple days before. So I pulled out like the suitcase and I was starting to put like some socks and underwear and stuff in the bag. And I had that razor thing sitting on top of my dresser for the last couple months. And I just looked at it and I was like, fuck it, let's just do this. So it was like it wasn't planned. It was just a spur of the moment. Like one, I was like, well, like I should probably put this somewhere. But then I was like, if I'm gonna put it somewhere, I'm not gonna use it because I'm gonna forget about it. And like I paid like $30 for this thing. So I'm just gonna crack the package open and we're gonna see what happens.
Okay.
So I went ahead and did it, and yeah, like I got like nicked in 2 spots. It was like very minimal, and one was because like I had like a pimple there or something. So
a skin tag?
it actually no, I think this one was a pimple.
Okay.
So yeah, I had like a little bit of blood, but like I didn't like gash myself or nothing. So I would say mission accomplished. I do have like one little spot in the middle of my back though, where like it's kind of sunk in from where I've lost weight. That I had a hard time. Like it's like in the worst awkward angle for me to bend my arm. So there's like a little soul patch in the middle of my back right now where I had a hard time getting it out.
Back so fast.
Would you consider seeing a professional to have it done?
Like waxing?
Or just, I don't think they could shave it too, right? Or just hit it with some clippers or something.
I mean, I haven't done it myself now. I feel like that would be unnecessary.
I know, but I mean, you know, just one. I mean, like I said, again, I'm not saying to go do it. I'm saying, would you consider having it done just because you're like, okay, the back.
If I needed to perform in front of a group of people and have my shirt off, sure.
Okay.
Just for like my normal life, I feel like I wouldn't need it, but you know, like having gone through it now with that back blade, which I having used once now, I have to say I recommend.
Okay.
It was fine. I never did use the Nair that I bought. Like I still have it, like the cream.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll try and see which I like better. But the back blade thing was a success.
Yeah. And there you just smear it on and spray it
Yeah,
off?
like I bought like a little brush thing for the shower, and I guess like you're supposed to put it on and get it off within 10 minutes, otherwise like it burns you.
Chemical burns, yeah.
Well, yeah. Now that you're, shaved down, you could probably use the Nair now to keep it smooth. Now that you don't have as much hair back there.
So yeah, I did that, and I was gonna say that I went on a date, but I'm like, do I really want to talk about that?
I mean, it's really up to you. You only told us, the only thing you said was you didn't die. And then...
That's the only thing I told you.
Yeah, that's the only thing you told me. And then...
Well, I was just like, what? I'm like, is she actually gonna listen to this? And I'm like, probably not.
If you got a second guess it, don't talk about that shit.
Yeah, I guess I'll save that one for off the air. My bad.
So how that goes, okay.
No, that...
No, that all goes in that I'm not going to leave it in the show. There's no point. No, not all that. Just that.
No, I'm saying that's pretty good.
Him deciding not to talk about it?
Yeah.
That was no good.
I mean, I think that's excellent for the show. It's just like some shit that people should realize. It's a lot of stuff we don't talk about on the show, and I thought that was poignant. Like, not only that, I don't even know about it. Y'all don't know about it yet.
Fair enough. You'll hear that and you'll be like, you either be like, he could have edited that out, or you'll be like, thanks for leaving it in. That's
It
on
can
you.
go either way.
Okay, so Xander Part 2, this homecoming, blah blah yaggy schmaggy. What's dope about that experience to me is this girl's folks seems to like me and Vanessa. Her dad, who was super gruff the first time I met him, has now just got his vibe popping like, oh, y'all cool. And y'all seem cool. I'm trying to kick it with y'all. Which I think is kind of neat that I'm sort of on the verge of making a new adult friend, which is impossible when you're an adult, or at least difficult.
It's neat, but then at the same time, it's like, what degree do you go in when
This shit is so
temporary.
Yeah, it is so temporary. You know how this is. But
I mean, they might be together forever, but most likely not.
yeah.
What would you consider like adult making friends? Because like I seem to like make new friends all the time, whether I want to or not.
Yeah.
Which for like someone who just wants to sit in their house alone all day, it seems so ass backwards.
Bro, but that's just so many. There's somebody's Halloween party we gotta go to, and I was like, get the fuck out of here. I thought I missed that party because I was handling business with my kid last week, and I thought that party was last week, and I was super pumped that I missed it. But now she's like, nah, it's going down. I'm like, did you say if you want to come, just come through for like a little bit? I'm like, I don't want to go at all. I don't like being in these situations.
I wish that that we went to like more friend situations for my girlfriend and not family situations.
Mm-hmm.
Like if she was like, my friend such and such is having a party, I'm like, hell yeah, you got a friend such and such. But my auntie Booba Booba is about to have a party. Fuck your auntie Booba Booba.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if that's worse or not, but
Well, how Vanessa is. Her people is lightweight kind of her family. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, it is even more of an obligation. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. Look, man, I'm gonna be honest. I'm just being real. I hate going to these what I'm gonna call all white affairs.
oh, the season of all white
You know
affairs.
what I'm saying? Because it's just uncomfortable for me. At some point, it's just like I don't know y'all. Y'all all younger than me by a grip in some streets. That's
A
what
decade usually.
That's what you get for dating a younger person. You're a young woman still, but then like her dude, because it's like
Old man strength don't help in dating.
You know what I'm saying? It's like his girl is even younger, younger still. So you know what I'm saying? As we go, so it's like, so her friends is of course even younger still. I'm like, I don't want to be around people who I can be their father, or I'm relatively close to being.
You just described my entire childhood, in that like I was always the old kid. So and like most of the people at the party, like the other kids at the party, were like 4, 5, 6, 7 years younger than me. Mm-hmm. So I'm just a giant man child being shoved into an area with just like people who like have barely stopped shitting themselves.
It's like I could be these people's brothers and sisters' friends, probably their aunts and uncles' friends, and quite possibly their parents. You know what I'm saying? Age, and I'm just like, I don't fuck with that, man. And it's like again, they are all white, always. It's like I'm always like, why don't these people get some people of color friends? Just get a couple of shades of something. You know what I'm saying? Add something to the fucking diverse. It's not that it's upsetting. It's just like it's the buzz ain't after a while. It's like Rain Cosby, I beat a motherfucker that's just integrating the piece. I already know her sister getting married like in 2 weeks or whatever it is, a week now I think from the time we record this. And I already know that's gonna be me being the only brother in the room.
Not everybody grew up in a diverse area though.
Yes, you can be an adult, and again, I guess I just said making adult friends is difficult, but it's like you can attempt.
But I mean, like, even like look at like I meet a lot of people at work, which I don't want to necessarily, but that's where I spend the majority of my time. And like at work, the office we worked in, a lot of white people. But then like you look on the people who work on the 4th floor, a lot of black people.
Yeah.
Like even our offices are like kind of segregated in a way.
Even though our office, I feel like we got more black people on our side than y'all do. And like it's
Well, in my department, yeah. But like the department I used to be in before this one, yeah, that'd probably be true.
I mean, I think it's all pockets.
It's just I don't know. Like I said, it's just they you know what I'm saying? They used to live in California. It's like plenty of people, diverse crowds out there. Where you think you try to keep your crowd diverse when you move somewhere? I don't know. I can't call it. It's just it's debilitating to a point. So it's like I'm not gonna be friends with these people. They are technically, I guess, family in that regard. Like I said, they are kind of like Vanessa's, you know what I'm saying, her chosen family. But so I guess I have a bit of a familiar obligation to them. But like I said, I'm just like, come on, man. If I'm the only brother y'all know, come on. It's just like that's kind of sad. Y'all ain't the only white people I know.
Yeah, but everybody's not like that. I mean, at this point, it's just like you and Vanessa probably gonna be together forever.
Yeah.
So this is maybe a good chance to be like, hey, you know what? I want to leave this in 2019.
That is like at the same time, it's the life you chose.
I mean, it's like I said, I go to these things. I just don't like having to go to these things. So it just is what it is.
But is it because you're the only black dude, or is it because you just don't want social obligations?
Oh, a combination of the two. It is. I hate being the only black dude. I hate it because it always feels like somebody gonna say some dumb shit. And oftentimes there is somebody who says some dumb shit. And I ain't just. Oftentimes I feel like there is somebody who says some like, oh really? You just said that.
But that's like that can happen to you anywhere.
But it doesn't. It could, but it doesn't.
I feel like
But no, that implies that it would happen all the time. I'm just saying it's always an option. Like the book I was listening to yesterday, it's kind of like she was talking about how like you can't worry about shit that might or might not happen.
In this regard, I'm saying it has happened and it'll probably happen again.
I feel like maybe from what I'm gathering, like your stress comes from the fact that you are the only black person there. The shit happens almost every time you're in these spaces. And you being the only black person there makes you be like, nobody understands why I'm mad and why I don't want to be in this situation.
Maybe you've been placed on this earth to date a younger white woman so that you can be the sage old black man at the party who teaches the younger generation of, hey, this shit ain't cool as you think it is.
Okay.
But you know I'm not.
Hold on for 1 second. As a person that I know has been in this situation in the past, you've been the only white guy when you've seen other people fucking up.
It's hard.
Yeah. So imagine how that feels.
I'm just trying to offer an alternate perspective.
Okay.
I'm not necessarily saying that like it's the easy path.
Oh yeah,
it's hard.
It's a path that I'm glad I don't gotta walk.
Yeah.
It's not my path. Life is strange.
And it's like so if you use Vanessa as the example, Vanessa has a bunch of friends of different ethnicities and so forth, all over the at this point the world. And so, and we kind of regularly bump into it because they'll visit here or she'll visit, you know what I'm saying, somewhere and they are, and it's like, you know, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like she of her friends is only one of her friends that like keeps a diverse group of people around her. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh my God, it's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I'll either go to this party, I'll stay. It'll be scheduled for me to stay an hour. Which means I'll be there too. And eventually I'm just gonna give her that look, and I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here because all these people just drunk, high, and in costume, and I don't fuck with none of it.
Do you have some AirPods yet?
No, I don't. They cost too much. They cost too much in a way that I don't appreciate their.
You need
cost.
one of Dan's AirPods.
Just that single one in my ear.
Yeah.
So I I'll end up finding a spot in the house and just hide. It's just what it'll be.
I had the shit
Yeah.
for 2 hours.
It is hard going to parties where you barely know anybody.
Yeah.
It's still weird for me every time I ride the elevator with that dude who's part of Winter that one time where I saw his sister-in-law's testicles.
Yeah, quite.
Especially since every time we got in the elevator, we don't even talk to each other.
Yeah. But I mean, you only went to that one party. Who knew his sister was going to show her titties off? Who knew?
But I mean, that shit happened like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, bro.
And like I've been riding the elevator with this dude off and on now for like 3 years. Ain't said nothing to him since.
Oh man. So yeah, it's like.
To be fair though, I also do look a lot different than I did probably back then. So
Yeah, and at that party, I was there. Drew was there. It was people you knew was there, so you weren't like for Dolo. You didn't know the host.
that was
Whereas
true.
at this party, all I will know was the host.
Shit, even Red Thunder was there.
Yeah. So it's like when I go to this party, I will know my partner and I will know the host, and it's like, and I can't keep it to myself because she has to go, spread her wings, go talk to all her people. So then I'm just sitting there for Dolo, like.
Can you be with her though?
I don't want to talk to these people, and that's all it is to drag me into some shit. Now, if you tell me you got some kind of advice for me in this situation, tell me just because then I'm like, I hate being up her butt. I don't want to do that to her. Like, I feel like I'm holding her back. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like she has some obligation that'll have you up her butt because she's dragging you a party where you don't know anybody.
She does have some bit of butt obligation.
Yeah.
Obligation. All right, fair. But also it's like I hate the way that makes you feel. You be seeing that. I don't want to be that nigga just holding this woman back at the party. You know what I'm saying?
You're not holding her
It's not
back
about
though. You're
holding her
being a
back.
partner with her.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily fair to you for her to drag you to this and then just off and ditch you and treat it like some sort of high school party.
But it's not necessarily her ditch me. It's me like, go talk to your people, go have fun.
It got to be at least a 30-70 deals like, hey, or agreement like, either you not going to mind me sitting on this couch and just chilling,
Yeah.
or you got to, kind of work me through it.
Yeah,
until,
like hold my hand through this, tone it down a little bit, and like walk through this with me. Not like here, not like I'm here and then we go home.
If I can get past this level I'm stuck on in Bejeweled Stars, I could be all the better, man. Then maybe I can get a few more levels underneath my belt while I'm there. But man, I'm stuck on this one level. Dude, let me tell you something. Mobile phones, it's a gift from the fucking creator itself, man, because that's what got me through a many a thing where I'm just like, I'm over here playing solitaire.
I needed it the other day, man. I arrived early. I put my name on the list, and I'm waiting on the person I was meeting to arrive. I'm just standing there. I'm like, well, I guess I'll open Pokemon Go, and otherwise I would just been standing there staring at the wall, like thinking about it all. It was a welcome distraction.
Here's that weird Halloween horse, whatever the hell it is. Blitzen
I have no idea what you're talking about.
in Pokemon. Oh no, okay, so no, you have not. Yeah, it's this weird ass Halloween looking horse. It's like a black unicorn situation. And of course I can't log in, so but yeah, it's kind of cool looking. We caught one the other day, even that's caught the other day. Also caught a shiny Mischievous this morning at my desk. So
Congratulations on all your success.
my Pokemon success, but again, word to the mobile phone for all that. Also, like I said, costume party, Halloween party. I don't do costumes. I didn't do costumes as a child. My mama tell you I was a bit of a crybaby about that kind of shit, and I know it. I've done a couple of costumes in this life. I literally sent Vanessa some snaps this morning from my Snap memories popped up where we went to somebody's wedding a few years back, and it was a Halloween, and I dressed up as dude from The Get Down, and so that was like, so it's not like I haven't done it. It was before. I laugh because that was before red hats were like swastikas because I wore a red hat with that particular costume. So I get it, but that's just not how I get down.
You should buy one of those old school spinny hats, and then that's it.
Like the propeller hat?
Yeah. Like I'm participating.
What are you dressed as? A dad. That's what I do. Oh, I get it. Plus, it's way out in the boondocks, dude. I'm just bitching at this point. Now I'm just complaining. It's way out there in Berea. Not Berea, but Brunswick.
Oh, fuck that.
Thank you, bruh.
Tell her to get some new friends.
It's like they moved out there. They bought a
Just
house.
some of my closest friends live out in Brunswick, and even then, I'm just like, your kid's turning how old?
Bruh. There's been a couple times I'm like, man, I know some folk out this way, but none of them I can call upon. because Lori live out there. Call Lori and Chris. Like, yo, just come rescue me. Just come sit next to me so I got somebody I know. But it's the hustle. That's T bitching about a party. I'm sorry, y'all. That's not what it was meant to be, but that's what lunch is sometimes, me bitching. And they my best friends, so who else I'm a bitch to but them? You know what I'm saying? And Vanessa understands I'm not happy about the situation. I didn't come at her fucked up. It was just by a text. I'm like, God damn it. And she just left us. Her response was sigh. I'm like, yeah, I know. We all know what this is gonna result in, me having to attend this set.
I kind of feel like when it comes to that kind of stuff, I'm the kind of partner where I'm like, if I'm gonna go through it, I'll suffer it alone. I'm cool with that. I'm not interested in involving you.
Did you feel like voicing your displeasure drags the excitement of the other person down? So maybe it's best to internalize it?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like in most situations, I'm just not interested in making my girlfriend feel like she's making me do something.
Well, that's kind of what I was saying. It's like you like kill their enthusiasm and make them feel like you don't want to do things by like telling them you're going to begrudgingly do it.
Well, I kind of feel like in the same sense, like either don't ask me to go or don't ask me how I feel about it because I'll be truthful. Just say you're going. This like I'll just be like, is this something that you want me to go to, or is it not something or something I don't have to go to? If it's something you want me to go to, then let's just not talk about it anymore and just let's get through it. Mm-hmm. If it's not something, then I'm just gonna stay home because I don't want to go. Yeah, because it almost it feels like you make the other person feel like they owe you something if you're gonna go in a way. Like if it's something you don't want to do, but you're gonna go because that's your partner, but you like kind of like voice it that like, all right, I'll go, but you owe me one kind of mentality. I feel like that's not like a healthy relationship necessarily. Yeah, I don't really have like too many OUs. Like, you want to go to my mom's house? No, okay. Well, I'll go there by myself. I like going there.
Neither do I, because I have no OU situations I can even lay it upon. That means you gotta what? It's like go to this movie I would have took you to anyway. Go to this band thing that you was gonna go to anyway. I have nothing to do. But that's what I'm saying is like, but in the reverse here, she wants you to go to this party with her that you don't really want to go to. Yeah, but I ain't got nothing I can lean on to say I'll go if you do this. But that's my point is you're not supposed to do that. Yeah. Oh, I'm saying like even if I could or was that kind of dude. Yeah. I don't even have nothing to lean on like that. I ain't got no people to live around here, like none. You know what I'm saying? Whose situation I'm not gonna be at. I would never be like, you gotta come with me at the box house to watch wrestling. She ain't gonna wanna watch wrestling. She always says that she's coming and then she never comes. So, it's like, I think she in her mind she thinks she's coming, but she not coming. Because she don't wanna watch wrestling. So, yeah. Well, I always just like make sure to include her. I get it. Yeah, for sure. Like, there's usually other women there, so. I know, but.
The next, well, just as long as it doesn't turn into a key party.
That was the running joke at our wedding table. Because like there was keys on the table that were like bottle openers. Oh, okay. And I was like, oh, this is the weirdest key party I've ever been to. So, maybe, again, like you said, you ain't even supposed to do that, but it's like, I ain't got nothing to do it with, you know what I'm saying? You gotta do this, because I did this. Well, man, none of that really exists, and I'm not the kind of guy. She don't owe me shit. But I do owe her because I do recognize it as a familiar obligation. It's one I must attend to. What she has in return, I guess you can say her get back from me has been that she don't make me do Thanksgiving at her folks' house no more. Thanksgiving is our house. We do it ourselves. We keep it on the humble. We do Thanksgiving. And we don't have to go fuck around with either one of her parents. I would guess, here's what I would say. In this situation, she, I would assume at this point, knows that like this is the kind of shit that you don't necessarily enjoy doing. Yeah. But you're doing it anyway because you care about her. Yeah. I would say on her side, it's probably like her role in this would be to like, say if she wanted to stay 6 hours, yeah. Maybe because she knows how you feel, only stay 3 or 4. Yeah. Like me, like to me that feels like a meet halfway situation. Yeah. Like maybe like. If she would normally disappear for an hour and go talk to a bunch of other people that she hasn't seen in forever and do her story time thing that she does. Yeah. Well, maybe like, Not usually, no. I would say with Tayrell 713. Maybe make a more conscious effort to make sure that like you're cool.
Yeah.
Check in on you. Like her obligation at this point should really be to you, not like the people at the party. Well, I mean, because I feel like when you're in a relationship with someone, that is the sacrifice. Like you are their or should be their priority at that point. Like.
I understand why you say that, but also no. The contrary, the relative it is you see me every damn day. These people are rare. Go have some fun with them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a slippery slope because like it should be the adverse. Like you were saying, like you're supposed to be there for me. It's the adverse. Like, hey, this is something I want to do. Be there for me, just being there.
Yeah, but like. And that's where I think the attendance comes in.
Yeah.
But if you know the other person's having like anxiety about it, I think like it's part of your responsibility to make sure that they're doing well.
Yes.
And also it's recognizing in myself that this does make me anxious in a way. You know what I'm saying? That's actually me coming to terms with some of my own shit at that point. You know what I'm saying? I know why I'm uncomfortable, but it's not just that I'm uncomfortable. It literally does give me anxiety a bit, and she probably doesn't understand that fully. I mean, that's something I need to share with her. But also, I don't want to share that with her in regard to because I don't want to put pressure on her to feel like she can't go see her people.
Yeah.
Then that feels like an abusive man. You always hear about the abusive man. Like,
I guess like I may have said it in a way that like made it sound like she has to give up her life to attend to you, which this isn't what I was trying to say. Yeah. I guess she's just kind of like being more aware of the fact that like you're in it together, and like you can't really can't leave the other person on an island the whole time.
Yeah. So
it's like your life does change when you're like with someone.
Yeah. So it's like, and I like the people's fine enough. You know what I'm saying? They're getting married next year, so there's another wedding I have to attend. Lord knows. I just also real sick of weddings. Gotta tell you, I've been to enough at this point. I'm like, whatever.
That's why I'm always surprised when a wedding invitation like shows up at my house for Tom. Like I know that like he has a lot of friends and stuff, but like he only hangs out with like a few of them at this point.
Yeah.
But like so many wedding invitations have come through my house.
I oftentimes think they're a gift grab. It's like, do you know me like this to be invited to a wedding? Now some situations, yeah, people know me to come through, whatever. But oftentimes it's like I am definitely table 19. You know what I'm saying? I'm way in the back over here. What is that? So. I get that, but
I'm definitely in the millennial age where a lot of us are waiting for like fucking forever to get married if we're gonna do it at all.
Yeah.
Because like so many of my friends are in our like mid 30s now, where like we're all still like just doing whatever.
Again, the episode of
I feel like we're suffering from like a issue of having too many options.
The episode of Why Won't You Date Me? I sent you guys yesterday with that particular comedian. He's 36 and dating. Nicole Byer, I think she says she's 33 and out there dating. And it's like explaining how dating functions at their age and in their world and so forth. So it's like I find that's why I sent it. I found it to be an interesting. Just definition, explanation about what's going on in that particular gentleman's world now, how he dates and so forth. But I also like that Nicole could like of course bounce off and be like, yeah, I'm in a similar boat, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm at a point where I kind of have an ideal of what I want, but then like Nicole Byer is she's like I would want to have some regular dick. Somebody can go do regular old domestic shit with, but maybe they can live in their own house. So I can just sleep in my bed and be comfortable. And I'm like, it's like you want all of it, but not all of it, because at some point you're in that age, and I'm like, I'm kind of comfortable where I'm at in my own situation. You know what I'm saying? I got a crib, so forth. So it's interesting how all that functions in amongst
what I've come to find for myself is it's not the product of dating.
Yeah.
It's more of I want to work on the execution in that I don't want to schedule fancy-esque dinners anymore with people where I'm footing the bill for both of us to eat there and it ends up being $80 to $100. I do not want to pay this tax anymore on finding out whether or not I like somebody.
Exactly.
I am to the point where it's we can meet up at this diner, each get a turkey club, and I'm $20 down, and that's it. I'm not taking you to sushi extravaganza anymore. I'm done with this.
Well, that's exactly what that comedian said. He was like, what he's got, and Nicole both said, they both come down to drinks or coffee as the move. Because it is a brief enough exchange, you guys can be like, because basically, the way they said it on that episode, they said it was basically like, you're going to know off rip what's the deal. You have talked all this talk, and it feels the good, but then it still comes down to, let's get this meat going. I'm not fucking with you. You're probably like almost off the rip. You can probably see somebody and be like, no, this don't work for me. Or yes, it does. And if it does, cool. We have a great cup of coffee and then talk about maybe what could possibly be an actual date.
Yeah, I feel like I would be fine, comfortable moving that to like the second or third meeting.
Yeah.
But what I did the other day, I do not want to do anymore. I'm meeting someone for the first time.
Yeah.
I feel it's a waste of my personal resources.
Yeah.
And it's out of order. I don't like that I did it.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of my apprehension of what I've come to realize these last couple of days is I just wasn't necessarily down with the whole experience of it all. I would much rather be like, let's meet up here for a drink or go grab like a tea at Starbucks or something. Something a little more like what I did the other day feels like something I would do with someone that I already liked.
Yeah.
Not someone I'm meeting for the first time to actually see if I like them or not.
Exactly.
Could have gotten 5 days for the money I paid for that one day.
Exactly. And that's and I don't know where I'm gonna cut that at. But whatever.
No, I mean, he really didn't say anything. I guess it depends on his comfortability. I just feel like I feel like sometimes, especially in dating and especially in new dating, like I've said to you before, only do what you're comfortable with, like to the edge of the fucking mountain.
Well, that's why like I needed to go through this to find out where that was. Because everything I'd done up to this point was with the way I thought that I needed to do it in order to be successful at it, and that's why like I needed to do these fuck ups 10 years ago. Instead, I'm doing them now.
Yeah, I say your fuckers come when they supposed to come, and now is when they need to come for you. And if anything, you are quickly better at having done this now as you do it more often. You are quickly recognizing what works and what doesn't work. You know now. Coffee or drink dates is got to be how we make these moves going forward for first meetups. Third dates can be.
And that's one of the things too, where like there are some people that I know that like I call him a man whore, but he's dating.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That like that's kind of his policy is like the first time or two that we hang out, it is like drinks or like something so small, and then if I actually think it's gonna go somewhere, then we can go someplace where I pay we pay more, like it's a bigger thing. Mm-hmm. Whereas like I was just like in my mind I'm just like, oh, I know better. I judge that person based on his actions, but I'm being the dick in that situation because like he's forward with all these people and like he's living his life. I looked at what he was doing as wrong, and now that I've gone through it, I'm like I was being the foolish one necessarily because like I wasn't necessarily right.
So, if you go back a few episodes, or back like when we recorded one and we didn't record it, I told your ass. I said, and then I heard the recording, and I backed up and I haven't been talking because you was like, "Oh, Tatum, I don't know what he's thinking with," and you were saying like, "No, that is not what I've been saying to you this whole time. What I have been saying to you this whole time is it starts with you." Stop doing this shit that you feel like should be part of what other people expect. Mm-hmm. Like, only do what is right for you. I've been saying that, what I was saying was like and I might not have got it right. So let me break it down so it can forever be broken. What I was saying to you is, if you're not like, I was saying like, hey, because the question I asked you is, did you ever like text them and say you're looking forward to it? You was like, no, I haven't done it with anybody. And then you went on a tangent. I don't think you were listening to me. What I said was, if that's not how you're doing it, then don't see that person. If you're not looking forward to seeing that person, why are you seeing them? If you don't feel like you should be sending them a cute little text and shit, why are you texting them at all? Like, stop. And I think I'm glad you had this point where you got a person that's have the adverse effect that she keep on texting you and stuff like that, and you don't want, and you like, I don't know how to break this shit off because I told you, just like when I told you with the other girl, like if
I'm
you
laughing
get-
because I'm nervous.
yeah,
I'm listening though.
like I was like, don't fuck with her because if you fuck her, you ain't gonna never. Is she crazy? It's not gonna stop, and that's how it goes. Women.
For the record, I did not have sex with that woman.
Okay. You only put the cigar in there. So, but like I'm saying, like, these women smell this blood in the water and they not going to let go. So if you feel like that this much, anything that's not like, yeah, if it don't feel good, just keep going at all costs.
Any trepidation or anxiety is probably a red flag for a reason.
Yeah, I guess, fuck, we're already down the rabbit hole. I'll go into this. So, I was talking to the person I went out with most recently, because I'm going to be honest, she probably never hear this, so what does it matter?
And if she does, she gets a good idea of where your mindset is.
Yeah. So, I met this person for dinner last Friday, and we had talked. So we had found, like, we had matched on Hinge at some point, like the Monday prior. She asked for my phone number like within 2 days. Texted for like a day and a half, and then she like wanted to meet up. And so I was like, fine. But I had the 2 weddings to go to that weekend, so that weekend was basically shot. So we agreed to have meet up the following Friday. So I met up with her after work last Friday. And we went to this restaurant by the movie theater here, and like I said,
The one at the corner of Independence and
yeah, it's called
Rockside and whatever.
No, not that's Lock Keep In.
Yeah, I went to Lucky for a wedding. I was like, that's a real nice
Yeah, no.
restaurant.
We
Damn,
went
huh?
to Oak Barrel.
Okay.
It's like by the Quaker Steak.
Okay.
It's the nicest restaurant over there.
Used to be
Yeah,
used to
well,
be
there's
the-
only 2 restaurants
Used to be the
over there
pig
now.
spot. Used to be the barbecue spot.
Yeah, it was like a barn.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's like something pig or some shit. Yeah, something to do with pork.
They ate swine there.
Yeah. I think they're putting a new restaurant in the spot you were thinking of. It used to be the Brazilian place because like there was a lot of
Damn, this bitch done been a lot of places
well,
lately.
that one closed like over a year ago. Well, about a year ago now, because I went there for my birthday last year, and then they closed like a month later.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been anything. But when I went there the other night, they're doing work on the outside of it with like insulation and stuff.
That shit had to close right after y'all had your
It was.
dinner
It was
there.
literally like
Oh.
2 or 3 weeks later.
That's wild. Okay.
Because my buddy went to go there, and that's when he found out they were closed. Which I'm not surprised based on the attendance when I was there that day.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I went and met this person, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm down on everything, but I don't go into these things necessarily like with my hopes super high or my expectations super high.
Why is that?
Only because I haven't actually met this person in real life yet, so I don't know what they truly look like, because I know I don't look like necessarily like what I put on the internet. The internet is what you want people to see. So it's like I don't go in there with an expectation necessarily, because I don't know what these people actually look like. I don't know what they sound like. I don't know how we're going to interact. So I go into it kind of nervous and cautious, because that's just how I approach things in life when I don't know things. It's why like I don't like going to parties where I don't know anybody, because it takes me a long time to feel comfortable in my surroundings when I'm unsure of everything around me.
Yeah.
So for me to go do this with people is difficult in itself, in that I'm meeting a stranger to see if like maybe I want to spend my life with this person. That's a lot of fucking shit to take on, and I know it's not the way to think about
For sure.
it,
Yeah.
but it's like it's something that could like be down the line of thought.
Yeah.
So I go into this meeting someone who I haven't actually met in real life to this point. They've been 5 curated pictures on a screen and a bunch of text. So I don't know what our chemistry is going to be like. It's kind of nerve-wracking. So I go there. I arrive first. I put my name down on the wait list. It was like a 35-minute wait or something. So I stood there maybe 10 minutes tops, and showed up, and we said hello and we talked. Then we got seated and we had dinner. And I felt like in this instance, I tried to keep everything going and like be open and fun. Like I did my best to not be like quiet and blah. Like I tried to tell some I don't know, some personal funny stories, make it interesting, like open up a little bit. I tried to joke. I needled a little bit, and but in a fun way, not like cruel way.
Yeah.
And it wasn't personal. It was like, oh, I like Jason. They were like, I like Jason Kibbis. I was like, yeah, Jason Kibbis sucks. And then I went into reasons why he sucked, and it was like a dialogue. It wasn't like I was being cruel.
Yeah.
So dinner finished up. I paid and everything. We ended up talking for a little while longer, and then we left. And our cars were parked like right by each other, so like we walked to the parking lot together. And she's talking to me, and she's saying shit to me like she can't tell if I'm interested or not, because like you know how I am. I don't express emotion and interest.
Is it called a demisexual?
Yeah, I thought that's what we decided that you was.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You said it's the article.
Oh, is that one that was like a year ago?
I don't know if it was a year ago.
I mean, but even, like it was like at least earlier in the year.
Yeah, it was
like
a
I
while
think
ago.
it might have been an article I read one time and did not commit to memory.
It takes a bit for you to be like, I am interested or whatever. It would take probably a couple more dates with this person, and that's even if off the first date you thought this could go somewhere. It would still take a little more for you to be like, this is me expressing interest.
All right,
I honestly wish they wouldn't call it sexual.
Yeah, because it's not. In that
Because
regard.
it's like the term is demisexual. It's kind of like you have to be like involved or like have a connection with somebody before you do anything.
Yeah.
And the way they
I think that was when we were talking more about my sex life.
yeah, but still, like,
But yeah, I mean, I guess it's all intertwined.
it's intertwined. And like, I wish they could come up with a name that didn't put sexual in it, because it kind of describes what you are. Like, you wanna get to know somebody on more than one level before you are fully
committed
invested.
to anything.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So
we should
yeah,
coin it.
that was something that she said to me about like not being able to tell if I was actually interested or not. And then like she had said that like when she told me that she was excited for dinner that night, and I replied with, does that mean that we're getting the Frosties tonight? Because I had joked about us going to Wendy's, and she's like, I could tell you were deflecting, and I was like, yes, I was. But then I'm like, I didn't finish the sentence with, it's because I don't know if I actually like you or not.
I feel like there's two things happening in these situations.
But let me just put a bow on that little thought. It was in that time after like this conversation that I realized that with this particular person, I wasn't really interested. And it's not because of anything they personally did or anything like I had a bad time or anything. I just didn't feel anything for this person.
Yeah, it's kind of like in these situations that we were dating online. Most dudes are just like, I'm trying to fuck.
Yeah, and that's not me.
Yeah, and that's not you. So she's probably jarred by that, and then the fact that like, that you probably did a little bit, just like when she's throwing, slow, nice hit out of the park.
And the thing too is like I knew it.
Yeah.
And like I picked up on it. I knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
But I still like didn't swing. And
I like that she was honest enough to ask you about that, because a lot of people won't. They'll just whatever it. But I also like that. I guess you were putting it out in enough of a way that she could pick it up. You know what I'm saying? You didn't give her any kind of
I don't think she picked up on anything yet, because I didn't tell her that I liked her that night. I didn't say that I didn't. I just went, I don't know, basically. And then I left. I'm thinking, okay, this is done for now. I can breathe.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I get home, like 20 minutes later, I get, oh, did you get home okay? And then I'm like, And that's when I knew that, like, where I was at in my mind, because when that came through, like, up to that point before I met her, I was, like, having fun. I was just fucking around, sending out memes, making jokes, whatever. And then when I got that, I was like, oh.
No, you don't.
So now I'm
you
like,
don't have a response.
Yeah, I'm like, so I was like, I had to like run through it all in my head, but like I kind of knew, but I wasn't gonna be a dick, so I chatted a little bit, and then I was like, all right, cool, this is over. I wake up the next day because I ended up staying up and watching a movie. I slept in, and I wake up the next day to like text with a picture of her and her friend at the OSU tailgate, and I'm like, oh, here we go. So I didn't respond, and then I go to work. And then, like, a couple hours later, she texts me again, asks me how work's going. And I'm like, oh, God. So I didn't respond right away. I took about an hour. I went and got lunch. And
You're doing the one thing that you hate.
But, like, I was like, I had never done this to anybody, and I'm trying not to be a dick. I did end up responding. But, like, I wasn't quick. Because, like, I've never in my adult life that I can remember had to be the one to be like thanks but no thanks in this level. So I was trying to like make sure that what I was feeling was right, and that like I was sure of like my apprehension, because I realized, and that's what this day helped with, is that I was like confused because I haven't had someone that was just like very open with like their interest to this point. Everything's always been cautionary or like I misinterpreted. So I was like, okay, I know this person actually does like me. Do I not like them, or? But then as the day went on, and I would get texts back, and I didn't want to respond. That's when I knew, where I was like, okay, yeah, I'm sure like this person's nice, I appreciate it, but I'm just not feeling it. So now I'm like, I was struggling with like, what do I do here? And then I get oh, I know you're gonna be busy this week and you're going out of town, but do you want to hang out when you get back? And I'm like, fuck.
Just say no. Just say no.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of...
No is the answer, but there's probably a better way than just no.
Yeah, I know that.
There's probably a mid-grade bullet you can shoot.
You know what?
I know no is the answer.
No, I'm saying like, you're at the point where...
I feel like I appreciate the offer, but I'm sorry, I'm just not interested. Something along the line. I would have usued it up.
That's what I'm... You be a little fluff.
Yeah. I've been rejected enough in my life to know, like, I'm not cruel. I'm not cruel. And that's part of my thing, is I'm not cruel.
Yeah.
And it's like, when I know that someone else's feelings are involved, like, I don't want to be an asshole, and I want to be as comforting as I possibly can, even if I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Like, as long as, like, they haven't been, like, vindictive to me, or, like flipped and turned angry or something, I will like do everything I can to kind of like hand on the back, there, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to go.
Yeah, I just been in too many not in too many situations. Like later in my dating life, where it's like I'm a naturally nice guy, and then I'll give somebody a soft no, and then they still come over my house with no underwear on.
I mean, like, I think you guys know me at this point well enough to know that, like, I am kind enough to where sometimes I will do shit that I don't want to do to make someone else happy, to the point where I make myself miserable because I don't want to hurt other people.
There's one where it's like, you might have to hurt her, and you might have to accept that that's just what it has to be.
I've come to realize that sometimes the cruel to be kind thing in this situation is the right thing.
Yeah.
Because I read something the other day where it was like one of those like internet meme poem things, where it was like a story. It was like a little, not like a story, but it was like talking about how like if you don't really love her, but you're waking up next to her, let her go. It was one of those things where the thought is like, if you're with someone and they love you, but you really don't love them back, it's in their best interest to let them go so they can find the person that actually loves them.
Yeah.
I thought about this morning. It's like I remember when I was young, and like after my mother and my dad got a divorce, like being mean to the dude that comes over. I'm like, that was so dumb of me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my mother deserves to be happy, and you know, obviously my dad wasn't doing
That was
the
the
right
kind
thing.
of thought I had watching Euphoria when she was kind of a dick to the dude that was over like having dinner with the mom or whatever.
Like, it's just like, I understand like you want to try to like put things in the best court, but like being able to be like a firm no without being a dick about it, like, look. Because I wouldn't even say, hey, I had a great time or nothing like that. Like, look, I appreciated the time that we had, or the fact that, you know, I unfortunately, I realized when we spent time together that that's not what I'm looking for.
Yeah. And also, that's a good arrow to have in your quiver in this dating life anyway. You gotta recognize or be able to sometimes just say nah.
And I feel like you being forceful now will do the thing of when it happens to you too. Like, you'll understand better, like, next time when something goes on, like, hey, I met somebody and she wasn't digging me. Like, it's going to go back and forth a lot until you find a person.
Yeah, I have come to accept that some of these things, while they may suck, I just got to go through them.
Yeah.
Because it gets easier. Each time it's gotten easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the rejection thing kind of now, like, it doesn't bother me as much.
Yeah.
And the last couple, like, where I've just been kind of like, nah, that's okay, or I haven't asked for follow-ups and stuff. Like, it strengthens you. Like, it was one of the things I was thinking about when I was driving home the other night. I think it might have been from work. I don't know, but I was thinking about like where I'm at in my life right now and how different I am just from a couple years ago, and like the shit that I'm comfortable doing now. I think part of it's because I was listening to a book, and we all know I've been listening to a lot of like self-help. No, I don't like calling it self-help because self-help makes it seem
personal
like I'm
development?
fucked up. That personal development, I think, is fair.
Okay.
Because it's not like I'm broken necessarily, in like I'm trying to like cry for help. That's what I feel like when someone says that, like it's like a cry for help, but it's just not. It's I'm listening to tips and advice on how I can better get through my shit. So like, and then I'm like been listening to personality things to help better understand the way I react to things and maybe how I can alter some of the patterns of what I do. That's the kind of stuff I've been listening to. And then so I was thinking about that, and I thought about some of the ways I've reacted to some of the things I've done in the last like year or two. And I could even I thought about how I would have reacted before, and I was kind of proud of the way that like I've improved in a way. But I know I'm not perfect. I know I'm gonna fuck things up, and I know I still have shit to go through.
I mean, okay, I'm not gonna say never because you can fuck shit up, but like from where you are, I don't think it's necessarily fucking up. I think it's always kind of a development thing. Yeah. Because like you hold back so much. Like I feel like, and I told you this many a times, I feel like you're kind of, not holding yourself back, but you're waiting on the better you, but you're great. You don't need to wait on that.
I've literally cried. I'm trying to say this to this man.
I think it's like because
I can laugh because I know it's true.
Like when you go, like I'm just saying from probably what the person who's coming to see you, she already likes what she sees. You need to let go of that part of you and stop being nervous about that part of you because you're already good. You're already great. On a piece of paper, like all these women fucking want you. Like this guy, he owns his own house. He has I can't go this week because I'm working. I can't go this week because my friends want me to go somewhere with them. My family wants to be. You're a person who is quality. So every time you go in, you kind of got to think about it like every person thinks you're the person or you might be the one. So like, and at the same time, you need to start like getting out there, not need. It would be nice if you got out there and then like just seeing some people like, hey, this was fun, but I don't think this is like on that night. Like this was fun, but I feel like we're in two different headspaces.
That was the one thing
and that make them wet too. So you watch that shit.
This was one of the things where like I know that like having to let this lady down is gonna be hard. Because I haven't done it yet. Well, that's the thing. Like,
by the time this episode comes out,
by the time this comes out, I probably will have.
That is like 4 weeks away, sir.
Oh yeah, it'll be done. But I felt like I needed to go through it, so that I could learn from it.
Yeah. I feel like everything's.
I felt like I learned a lot in this one.
Yeah.
Like and shit that like I probably started to realize the last couple. But like this kind of like reaffirmed it all, and like now I know for sure.
I know you guys aren't really religious, or I don't know how to call this, how to call certain things. But at the same time, it's like you needed this. You needed to be on the other side of the coin. Like this person wants you, and you're kind of like, not that there's anything wrong with her, but it just don't feel right.
I agree with that because it helps you get perspective. Because up to this point, man, like it's really been one-sided.
Yeah,
it's been me on the other side the whole time, going, I don't understand what I did wrong. Never understanding that it's not necessarily something you did wrong. It's just how it is.
Things come into your life for a reason, and it's kind of like, whew, that's why.
And I think that's part. It goes back to part of like my personality. Yeah, in that everything I do, I overanalyze it and I run it back like I'm watching game film, and then I try and figure out what I could have did better, what I did do well, it's like that even with dating, and then it's part of why like when it was always one-sided, and I would think about back to everything I did, I would always look at it like it was like some sort of formula where if I followed the tracks, I would get to the destination. But sometimes, like, it took me going through this to realize that, like, sometimes the tracks are never going to lead to that spot you thought you were going to go.
Yeah.
You might have thought it was going to St. Louis, but it's really going to Memphis.
My dad used to say, and I understand. I understand more and more stuff than my parents tell me. It's like it can walk like a duck and quack like a duck and still be a goose. Like a white goose with a yellow bill does exist.
I think, and this was a lesson too, and sometimes that your mind will sometimes betray you, but your emotions will always kind of like tell you the truth.
That instinct don't never lie.
So that's why I was struggling with this, like I said in the beginning, because it was just like my head was like, okay, I've got someone who like wasn't terrible. Like I'm being honest, like she wasn't bad or nothing. Like it was just, she was nice. She was, we had a meal together. Like we had fun for a week and a half texting, and so like in my mind I'm like analytically thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, this is fine. But then like when it came time to actually emotionally act on what was happening, I was apprehensive and just like not excited anymore. There was nothing that made me want to keep coming back. And that's when I had to have those worlds collide, so that I could understand the difference.
I remember, and I guess we'll wrap it up after this. Remember about maybe it was either earlier this year or late last year, I kept on wanting cheesecake. And like we'll get a cheesecake and then it's just like, well, that crust ain't right. And then we'll get another one, it's like this one tastes kind of wonky. It's nothing wrong with wanting that perfect slice. Like now,
when you think about how like it's supposed to be the slice for your life, that's when it gets kind of like scary.
I know that you're looking for your slice for your life, sort of. But right now, just have some good slices.
Yeah, eat a little
slice
bit.
for life gonna show up when it show up. Right now, just test a few out. Check that. Try that Greek spot that had a decent slice that it turned out was like, that was a pretty good slice. Try some Cheesecake Factory. And it was kind of chemically. Try some of this. And you already are. And you already. I ain't gotta say this shit because you're doing this shit. I just. And again, like I said, apparently you have come to good terms. We are in a great place. You're in a good space mentally. This sucks. You got to do this whole. You know what I'm saying? Like, sorry, not for me.
Yeah.
But that just sucks because sometimes
it sucks because I don't like making people feel bad.
Yeah.
But I know the difference between cruel and kind. And I know in the long run, sometimes you got to hurt a little bit to feel better in the end. Like I get it.
We got to take it back to at least phone calls or maybe some FaceTimes or something.
I totally agree with that.
That way you can hear a voice. But also, like I said, we live in the future. Everybody, look, if they on Apple, they can still use what's the Google the one I talked to Xander on.
I don't know. Drop in or something like that.
Hold on, I'm about to click on it. Google Duo is their version of FaceTime. Apple people can use Google Duo. That's how I talked to my son via video. It works. Like, let's FaceTime. Because damn it, it's okay to say, let me see what you look like. Like what? Let me see what's really going on. Let me hear you and stuff like that before you make any moves. It's okay. It is okay to be aware. Nothing wrong with that at all. So, just saying to y'all, all y'all out there dating, plus my man, it's okay to be like, what we working with. Yeah, we got the tools now in this day and age that it can be a little less sketchy.
It can be a little less sketchy now.
And there's nothing wrong with you saying, okay. So just on the quick, and we really are gonna wrap this up, but just like I'm gonna just lay out a quick proposition here. Okay. You match somebody on Hinge today. 2 days from now, you get her phone number. Let's say if today was Monday and the next day Sunday, by Sunday you should be like, want to FaceTime or Duo, whatever. Just say FaceTime. It's up to you, because that's enough time to be like, we've chatted enough. You've chatted enough, and it all makes sense. And it seems like, okay, no one seems like they're snappy or anything like that. There by Sunday, which is like basically a 7 day period, you be like, hey, let's FaceTime. It just be gentle, chuckly, whatever, and it's gonna be some old, I ain't got no makeup on, or I'm just that and third. It'll be something to it.
If it's like that serious, it's like, well, this person ain't the person I should be talking to.
Now that's some shit I'm gonna tell you right now. I pay a lot of money every month for my partner to watch her shitty TV, but man, Catfish done taught me a lot. And when they ain't trying to chat on it, when they ain't trying to get the video FaceTime popping,
I'll be honest. I'm not giving up on those things necessarily. I'm not on them all like that.
Yeah.
But I'll be truthful in that I hope that I just want to meet people face to face.
It's the move.
Because I feel like face to face cuts out a lot of that unnecessary back and forth. And like what I learned Friday, I could have known in 30 seconds and saved myself the hassle.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like
I guess and
no doubt. What you're saying is bars, church, the grocery store, that shit still works because
church must be thick.
You've gotten the full breadth of at least your package. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, this is what we look like. We still okay? All right, next step.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I feel like you know what's best for you. At the end of the day, no matter what lip service we give you, you trusting your gut is what's important. But remember, if you fuck with a crazy girl, it's gonna be too good, man. Don't do it.
I say, let's just look at it like this and end on this. Just be thankful that I found it within myself to not want to not hurt this person in a way that I ended up married because I didn't want to hurt somebody's feelings.
You better pull out there.
Yeah, don't be like the other motherfuckers. Hey, y'all, that's episode 325 of Stays Crunchy and Milk. That's Tatum 216. That's Lunchbox 2099.
Yes.
Our missing man is at the real ODP. I am the Understatement 713. You have just been podcast, so I know you loved it.
With greens.
Peace.
Hey, what happened to you? You used to be beautiful.